Hello and welcome back to another time in my life. This time it is not really a day, it's not really a week, it's a little bit more of a season. As I think many of you know, I took this summer off from narrating my life, as I put it, but I did catch a few of the little highlights of what happened. So one of the things is that I am in my first group show. It is an exhibition going on in a lovely gallery in Dallas called Craighead Green. So I drove up and down to and from Dallas a few times just to drop off the piece and then to go to the opening. After that, I got home to my very same home with my very same empty easel. And I was really not quite sure where I wanted to go with my work and what direction I wanted to take things. So this video just kind of organically ended up being about the various things that I am doing and that I did to spark my creativity and put myself in a space of reimagination and transformation. One of my favorite people when I first started my creative journey, so to speak, was Andy J. Pizza. He had just started the Creative Pep Talk podcast and I loved him. I found him so motivating, so inspiring. And I think at some point when I stopped being an illustrator and I thought that I knew what I was doing, I stopped listening to this. So I have recently been taking some of his Skillshare classes and just absolutely loving them. So thank you so much, Skillshare, for being the sponsor of this part of the video. For those of you who don't know, Skillshare is the largest online learning community for creatives with thousands of classes led by industry experts across film, illustration, design, freelance productivity, and more. And right now, Skillshare is definitely helping me level up my mindset in general. I'm just really enjoying taking this time for myself to learn new things. If you want to join me in taking Andy's courses or anything else, they have so many things to choose from. The first 500 people to use my link in the description will receive 1 month free trial of Skillshare. So get started today.
And through brute force, just do my damnedest to find some path to unearthing who I am as a creative person.
I have also been making new things with New Medium this summer. One of my favorite things going is pottery class. My partner got me a 6-week pottery class at a local studio called Feats of Clay, and it has been the funnest thing that I have done. Every Monday for 3 hours, I get to hang out with these wonderful women and get my hands dirty and throw really bad pots. Sometimes they literally fly off the wheel, but it has felt so liberating. And if there has been one takeaway, it's that I love making things with other people. So my pots are in the kiln right now and I get to pick them up in a couple weeks. So I will show you guys the results. This might seem crazy, but I have a dream of living in the wilderness one day. It might not seem crazy, actually, if you know me. And I always say, well, that's another chapter. That's not now. But I had been finding myself sort of dreaming of being somewhere else and not being as present as I would want to where I am. And this summer, I decided I could look at some houses a little bit further out and just kind of see how I felt about it. So this is one of the first houses I looked at. This is above my budget, but let me tell you, this house was gorgeous. The land was gorgeous, and just driving out there and imagining my life out there, it unlocked something for me. It also made me realize that I love my own home, Coco, and I'm not ready to leave yet. And, I'm close to my family and I'm close to Russell, but that possibility is not closed. I don't really have a snappy title, but I can tell you what I'm doing. I am hanging a still life that my Nana drew. And the original frame for it broke. And anyway, I wasn't the biggest fan of the original frame. No offense to those who framed it. But I wanted something fresh. Also, I wanted to live with it a little bit more. I wanted to see it every day. And I got these cheap and cheerful frames from Amazon. And I didn't know which one would fit the piece better. So I'm trying them out and seeing which one I like. Initially, I thought that I was going to like the blonde. And I find sometimes when I feel a little bit uninspired and a little bit stuck, a really great thing to do for me is to refresh my space. As you guys know. You can also see in the background a piece that I have in progress. So I actually started to put work in progress up in my living room, and it makes me interact with it and kind of see where I want it to go. So this is the still life. I ended up going with the other frame, which was a surprise. I definitely thought I liked the blonde one better, but I think that this one with a little bit more red just matches the space. And I feel like this pair, I love drawing pairs, and I think it comes from her. It's a lineage thing.
But when you're just yourself and you're doing your thing, like the work you're doing now, this is your purpose. And when you're hitting your purpose, what you're doing, it's just you.
As Andy said, you find your style by doing stuff. And I think taking a break is really important. I always look to the cycles of nature for inspiration, and we're not always in seasons of growth, and we're not always in seasons of transformation. Sometimes we are retracting and resting. But when you are ready to move again, no amount of thinking or planning or writing things down in the journal seems to do much good for me. What I really need to do is get into the studio, get my art supplies out, and start making a mess. And that's one of the things that I want to lean into a little bit more this season. I am ready to make a little bit more of a mess. I am ready to be a little bit more loose and free and expressive with my creativity. And I think that that is also extending to these videos. I'm ready to change the format and create some new ways of making this and connecting with you guys. And we'll see what that looks like. And I hope that you enjoyed this little sort of look back and taking you through to where I am right now. And I would love to know what you have been up to in the studio and this summer and in your life. Are you kind of having the same sort of feelings, or are you in total flow mode? I would love to hear about it. Until we meet again.